Good morning, everyone. I was in the supermarket checkout queue the other day, standing on that little circle that denotes a safe distance between yourself and the next customer. And it struck me how the words social isolation and PPE have taken on a new significance recently. I believe we're created for connection and relationship with each other, and so this is a strange and unfamiliar experience. But I also wondered whether this current way of being is also mirrored in how we connect, or rather distance ourselves from God. Some folk are choosing to wear masks in the current situation, and some have to because of the work they do. But I wondered, am I wearing a kind of mask when it comes to connecting with God? Maybe some of us wear a mask that keeps us distant from God because we fear there is something inherently not right in us, something bad, something God would not want to get too close to. And so we choose to distance ourselves from Him for fear of Him rejecting us if we came too close. But then perhaps we also wear a kind of mask to prevent God from getting too close to us because we're fearful of what the consequences of an encounter with Him might be. Perhaps we fear He would expect or demand something of us, or our life would change in a way that we're not ready for. And we might not really be able to trust the outcome of that encounter. There's one woman in the Bible who certainly didn't hold back when it came to getting close to Jesus, and that was the woman with the issue of blood. Despite the stigma and the shame that she bore due to her illness, she must have really pressed through the crowds, not minding what anybody else thought, because at that moment she just knew that she needed to touch Jesus. No mask or socially distanced polite encounter. And Jesus knew straight away that somebody had touched him. And despite the embarrassment, the woman took the risk of making herself known and declared herself to be the one who had touched the hem of his garment and had been healed. And Jesus' response wasn't criticism or backing away or disgust, but it was one of compassion and validation of her belief in him. Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. I remember many years ago, an occasion when I was at a new wine conference, and I was so desperate to be close to God. And at one point I had such a strong sensation of touching the hem of his garment, and I can almost feel the rough cloth in my hands as I recall it now. And I know at that moment I was flooded with such an overwhelming sense of his love. And I think that's what God is inviting us to do today, to reach out to him at our point in need. He's waiting for us, and he will respond. He invites us to draw near to him, and he promises that he will then draw near to us. There's a little statue I want to show you. I love this. At one level, it's just a romantic depiction of intimacy and love, but it also reminds me of the tenderness and the acceptance with which Jesus holds us close to his heart when we allow him. Ephesians 3:12 reads, "We can come fearlessly right into God's presence, assured of his glad welcome when we come with Christ and trust in him." And Hebrews 4:16 says, "So let us come boldly to the very throne of God and stay there to receive his mercy and to find grace to help us in our times of need." So, Father God, I pray, please show us if we're wearing any kind of mask or are fearful of getting too close to you. Help us to grow in our understanding and trust that you see us and love us for who we are right now, that you know what we need, and that you love to be in relationship with us, up close and personal. Amen.